What's up? I'm Andy with Rowdy Beats. I'm here with Jason Hann from Eoto. How you doing, Jason?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Andy?
Very well.
Yeah.
So now we're going to start off on a personal note, Jason. We know you grew up in Miami and that music has really been a part of your life. It has been a huge part of your life. You've studied different musical genres in Africa as well as Korea. And so we want to know, how have those different cultural and worldly experiences affected you as a musician?
Oh, tremendously. I mean, first of all, part of doing music as music's not just, notes that are put together. It's an expression of human beings. I get so inspired by, hearing music from different parts of the world. Some of it sounds, it can be very much an acquired taste, but I love when I go there and I get a chance to study with, some of the masters from their culture. But I find that when I study with those people, that all of a sudden it's like they're so excited that you're happy to be learning about their culture, and you're usually studying with the representative from their culture. So it's like you get this little key to that tourists never get to see of being invited into the culture to participate. Yeah, it gives me chills just thinking about it too, because that's maybe my favorite part about music.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. Now you and Michael are both band members of the String Cheese incident, but we want to know about the beginnings of Eoto. What made you guys go off on your own and start producing music, just you two?
So I'd fly to Colorado for practice, and I'd usually end up staying at Travis's place. And so after String Cheese practice, which might end at like 6 or 7, then we'd go over to Travis's place and he'd have random instruments set up and stuff. So we would just mess around, not even trying to put a project together. It just seemed to gravitate towards like electronic type beats and feels. Like those were the fun ones to jam to, as opposed to trying to do like fusions. And around 2007 was the time where String Cheese was going to be breaking up for real. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh wow, well we've been doing this thing. Let's try to book a bunch of shows, and see if it catches on as like its own project.
We saw your music take a little different spin with the incorporation of some heavier backbeats as well as some metal influences. And so I want to know, where did that inspiration come from, or why did you guys decide to take your music in a little different direction?
We went to Shambhala in 2008, and that's when we first started hearing like aggressive dubstep from DJ Scream, who's like one of the originators of more than of dubstep, but like dubstep used to be a lot mellower and stuff. And like to hear this aggressive sound and saw what it did to the crowd, we were like, oh wow, let's do that. That looks like fun. So all our pursuits of changing our styles has all been about exploring and playing stuff that we haven't played before, but we see that it goes over, and we also see that not a lot of bands can pull it off. So or to pull it off, actually playing it live as opposed to having background track. It's pretty rare that where any band just like improvises out of the blue, just going for it. And if you do that, usually that falls into like an avant-garde category, So we have to ride this line between, keeping things fresh, but being able to keep the crowd fully engaged and moving. Because when we first started, we'd get these really blank stares, and we just knew instantly, it's like, wow, we're not doing something right here. And we'd listen back to it, and we could see what we were doing wrong.
All right, last question, Jason. This one's from one of our readers. It's a little out there.
Okay.
For a pet, would you rather have a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse?
Oh my God. A horse-sized, I'll go duck-sized horse.
Duck-sized horse, and why?
Yeah, well, because the little guy, you can like take him around with you and stuff like that. I mean, a horse-sized duck is probably a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah, I agree.
A little duck-sized horse would be awesome,
yeah,
actually.
Just be like running around.
Yeah, so what if you can't ride it? It's just like, better than a mini Doberman Pinscher or something.
Definitely.
I'm down, yeah.
Cool.
Hey, this is Jason Hann from Eoto, and hanging out with the homies from Rowdy Beats here in Minneapolis.